Uno, dos, tres.
Let's go! Yeah! I'm about to just black out. I'm about to just black out. Don't stop! Don't stop!
Hey everybody, I'm Sam.
And I'm Tay.
Welcome to the Sam and Tay's Fantasy Football Podcast. We are doing the Week 2 wrap-up of the Fantasy League. Tay, you got your first win last week.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's already like coming up on week 3. That's kind of fast.
Defending
like
champ,
the
man.
season's going by fast.
Do you still feel it's hard? I mean, is it hard to repeat or what?
Yeah, considering I barely won this week, but yeah. I thought I was going to go 0-2.
It's 16 teams, you know. It's tough, man, you know. Waiver wires week,
yeah.
you know. But let's take a look at standings real quick. Hong's in first place. Hong texts me. He's always wanted me to give him credit, you know. And I do like, look, Hong, your team's doing solid right now, dude. Two solid weeks from his team performance. Hong's team is just good right now, you know. You know, he and Scott's in second. I hate Scott. 2-0. You know, of course, Scott posts that when should I give him credit? You know what I mean? I was like, look, Scott, you barely won your first week. You had the fourth lowest score the whole week. Fourth lowest score the whole week, and he barely won, right? And now
it's funny that everybody wants credit for something. I don't know what they're asking for credit for, but
yeah.
everybody's like.
Yeah.
They're posting something. They're calling you.
Yeah. And then this week he has the highest score of the week, and now he wants, you know, I'm like, dude, no, man, you're inconsistent. Okay, now
they want that podcast credit.
Yeah. Now look at my team. I barely win with low score. I am consistent. Okay, you know.
Consistent.
I'm consistent. Okay, not like Scott, who's inconsistent. And let's look at the bottom. Andrew, he's the newcomer. He's 0-2. Just, oh my God, 139 points, dude. I mean,
oh man, that's pathetic. That is pathetic.
It is, Tay, but he's a new, you know, he's a newcomer. He hasn't played fantasy in a few years, so I mean, we can't be that tough on him. You know what I mean? And Andrew, just keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? You're last, but I mean, look at Kevin. Kevin's an expert, and he's second to last. You know.
Kevin has no excuse.
Yeah, Kevin has no excuse, Andrew. So keep on keeping on, you know. Let's take a look at the predictions real quick, Tay. You and I were both 4-4 from last week. You and I, so just to review, we both picked me to win, which I did, and we both picked you to win. We both picked Fong to win, but he lost. You picked Ving to win, which was correct. I picked Jeff to win, so I lost on that one. We both picked Don to win. You picked Jim to win, which he lost, and I picked Hong to win, which of course he won. And you and I both picked Andrew to win, which of course he's doing horrible. And then you and I both picked Chris to win, and of course he lost too. So we're 4-4 from last week. And the season total is I'm 9-7 and you're 10-6. So you barely have a slight edge over me. But dude, Tay, we got to do a better job. You and I both got to do a better job of predicting.
Yeah, I know. Just to I don't even know why, to validate how good we are as experts.
Yeah. We got to, you know, look at these matchups and be like, come on, dude, we know. You know what I mean? But let's go on to the first matchup, which is. Sorry, I haven't got to pull it out yet. Which is me versus my brother, the Taya Bulls. Tay, it was. Tay, I don't know if you watched Monday night. Did you watch Monday night?
I did watch Monday night.
Oh my God! By halftime I was losing. Okay, and I had luck going. I mean, my brother's team was done. Right?
Yeah.
And I was up by like a point going into Monday night. I'm like, cool. And then Luck throws the interception, fumbles.
Oh, you're scared.
Heck yeah! I'm like, dude, I can lose. So I was sweating because the first half I was up by 0.5, down by 0.5, and it just keeps going up like that. I'm like, what the hell, you know? And anyways, halftime rolled around. After halftime, Luck finally did something, and And
He finally did one thing. That was something. He did one thing, and that was it.
what
That's
do
all
you
you
think?
needed.
What do you think of Luck? Tay? I mean, it's his contract year. I mean, there was big talk about the owner of the Colts wanting to make Luck the highest paid football player. I mean, do you think these 2 games is going to hurt him in his contract talks?
No, I don't think it will. I mean, because even in 14 games left in the season, I think he can still turn around and throw like 50-plus touchdowns this year. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think it's just going to see what the final total is by the end of by the end of the season. See what he does by the end of the season, because it's kind of hard to base it on 2 games. And it's not like you're gonna bench him, right?
Oh,
I mean,
of course not. Oh, heck
you know
no,
what I mean?
heck no.
So yeah, they're gonna have to see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, that line is atrocious, and they don't have a running game, which they never had a running game before,
Yeah.
but that line is atrocious,
Well, and that's the thing is now, and that's the biggest thing is their line's bad, and then also, I mean, their defense is not even very good now. It's getting worse and worse, and so it may fall in his favor. They may end up just start throwing it more and more, which I don't know. He hasn't looked very good throwing it this year, though, at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
he looked good in preseason, but as a Andrew Luck owner, you would think playing down is an advantage to us owners, because then he's forced to throw, right? But as you can see from Monday night, he was forced to throw, and that didn't end up too well either,
Yeah.
But no, hey, a win's a win, barely won, and I'm not breaking 100 points yet. These last 2 wins, so.
Well, you know what? Great pickup on your Travis Benjamin. He was your biggest high point getter, and wow, I mean, he was the one that actually made the huge difference for you.
Yeah.
Picking up that free agent.
Yeah.
And your brother didn't play Larry Fitzgerald, which probably would have helped him. So.
Yeah. Oh, can't forget about old man Steve Smith, right? Monster game.
Oh yeah, they both had big games, but I mean, Steve Smith. I'm just saying, Travis Benjamin's really a nobody, and yet he scored 33 for you. So, man, that's one heck of a pickup and a play. So,
yep. Let's go to the next matchup. Danny versus the newcomer Fong. Now, Fong had a good coming out party last weekend. First time in our league. Put up good points, and he won. But I mean, heck, even this week he put up good. I mean, anything over 100, right, Tay? I mean, would you think anything over 100 in our league is pretty good? I mean,
probably in our league. Seeing last week's scores, I think at this point, I mean, 100, 110, it's probably good. 100 is probably good.
Yeah.
You would think it's good enough to win.
Yeah. And then, but Danny was just better. 127. Eli Manning is Eli Manning, and that's just how he is.
Yeah, I mean, which he didn't do horrible, but
he did.
I mean, looking at Ben Roethlisberger to what he did, I mean, it was just kind of that's a huge difference.
Jeez. Yep. Hopkins, of course, didn't have last weekend's game.
Yeah.
I mean, Fong put up good numbers. I mean, look at his players. I mean, they're good. It's just Peterson finally stepped up. Amari Cooper, who I have high hopes of. I mean, David Carr, just chuck it to him, dude.
Yeah, it's true. And even Michael Crabtree had a good game. So David Carr just threw it a lot last week, and he did well. He actually did really good. He had good numbers last week.
Yep. Look at that. Jets defense stepped it up, man. For him, but I mean, Fong's not doing too bad for auto drafting. Fong and Bing is the only one that auto draft. Fong's doing pretty well right now. So keep at it, Fong. Don't worry. This is a tough league, man. We're all experts here.
I mean, don't go cutting everybody just because you lost. That's just my advice.
Yeah. Well, he's 1-1. He still hopes. He has hopes. So let's go to Ving versus Jeff here. Mr. Autodraft Ving. 1-1. Of course, he lost last week. Ving came out, with a solid performance, 106 points. What do you think, Tay?
It's not bad. Pretty good. I think it's solid. Like you said, 100 should give you the win. Jeff put up decent numbers, but 92 just wasn't. Of course, at least this week it wasn't enough. So it looks like 92 actually would have beat a lot of people this week. But,
92 would have beat a lot of people, yep.
But just not enough. I think the surprise for Jeff probably is New England. I think Blount with starting him as a running back, and I was surprised. He actually didn't even do anything that game. I was surprised he even played. It looked like I thought maybe he was on the bench the entire game, but he did pick up a couple yards for him, I guess. So I think that was a huge surprise for me. It probably surprised Jeff too. So didn't help him.
I mean, Miami losing to Jacksonville. I mean, that hurts Jeff too. I mean,
yeah, defense. Yeah.
Think of this, Tay. We got Cleveland won, Redskins won, Jacksonville won, Tampa Bay won. All in one weekend. There's just no way that was ever going to happen again. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the NFL's worst team last week won.
Yeah, Ving's just riding on Brady and Edelman. I remember when Ving auto-drafted Brady, we were just laughing. You know, we were just laughing in the, you know, in our meeting, you know, in our phone conference call. We were just laughing.
Oh, okay.
So all right, Yahoo. You know, you did good for Ving, Yahoo. You know, Mike Evans, 0 points, man.
I know. Yeah, he still won.
Yeah. 106. That's a decent point. So Ving finally got in the W, and Jeff, tough break. Yeah, 92 is a decent point, but yeah. So let's go to Terry and Dawn. What do you think about this game? It was close by less than 5 points.
Yeah, very close. And Daddy Don put it off. He's 2-0 now, and yeah, it was very close. Probably a lot of it had to do with I think if Peyton Manning didn't come back that second half and actually put up some numbers, I think, of course, Don would have lost easily because Manning coming into what was it even like the fourth quarter? He finally started throwing. I don't even know. It wasn't even like a game.
Yeah.
Until Manning, like it was like that third quarter half on basically. So that helped Don mostly. Otherwise, I think Don was pretty much going to lose it because then Manning was throwing to Demaryius Thomas, and then finally, you know, things started clicking, and so.
Yeah, I was getting stressed out there too. Hey, you know what? I was thinking overtime. All right, some more points, right? Thinking overtime, some more points for Peyton Manning. Jamal Charles. Oh my God, that. You know, and I feel for the guy because. You know, I had something similar happen to me in high school, and you know, on a JV team, I tried to pitch it back to. I was getting tackled. I tried to pitch it back to my running back, but he didn't see it coming, and the defensive guy picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. Oh, I was crying that night, you know. But anyways, you know, Jamal Charles, that's just horrible way. You know, he's a good guy. I mean, I don't dislike Jamal Charles, but yeah, that's horrible way to lose. You know.
It is.
Why don't you tell me why didn't they kneel it? Why didn't they kneel it? What do you think? What was going in your mind? Just 23 seconds left. Just kneel it. Go into overtime.
They must have really thought they can kick a field goal from like their own 30-yard line. I don't know. I don't know what. You know, I don't know why.
Just kneel it. Really don't. Just kneel it. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow. But
yeah.
Well,
and to point out too, Don. If you look at Don's bench, I mean, his bench pretty much outscored Terry's starters. So I mean, his bench blew up. I mean, Allen Robinson, Carr, Moncrief, he has all good numbers. And I think we mentioned it before the season started, but Don has really good receivers. I mean, even better now because he's got two of them on the bench that basically outscored his receivers that he's starting. So he's going to have a tough time figuring out who he wants to start next week. I mean, because he's got, I mean, how do you sit Demaryius Thomas and A.J. Green, right? You know, usually. So he's going to have a tough time figuring out who's going to start next week.
Yep, I hear that. Hey, trade bait, right? Trade bait also, you know.
Well, hoarding, right? Hoarding.
Did you, speaking of trade bait, did you see that Chris is putting Mariota out there as a trade bait? But that was before this past weekend, of course.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who will win for that. Sell high, but you know, but after this weekend, he's very low now, Mariota.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. It's going to be like that, up and down. He's a rookie.
Let's go to the next matchup. Very close between Hong and Jim, dude. What do you think? Less than 3 points.
I know. Stat correction already came out, or no? It's already done.
No, not yet. Normally tomorrow is stat correction.
Oh, okay.
Three points is a lot to make up. I think the only time stat correction messed up on Kevin was like less than a point. You know.
Yeah. As long as you don't have a stat correction on both sides, you know what I mean? Because then you have a lot. But if it's just one person, you know what I mean? If it's like, you know, Wang's person went down one, and then, you know, Jim had someone that went up, and then you get a little bit closer. But yeah. So I mean, you could say he could probably bleed easy, but you just never know. Stat correction will kill you if it's on both sides.
Yeah.
But you have to feel for Jim, right? 125 points
125.
and still lose. Oh man, that hurts. You know, I don't think nobody on his bench would have helped him. So I mean, he put his best team out there. It probably just hurt that Baltimore scored -1 against Oakland. That probably was the killer for Jim, especially thinking that Baltimore was playing Oakland, right? You would have thought Baltimore playing Oakland, he would have gotten some good points from Baltimore, and he ended up going -1. You know.
Dang. Yeah. Jim would have beat out 12 other teams, man.
Yeah.
13 other teams he would have beat out. You know.
Yeah, and like I said, that's the only thing I could blame is, like I said, it's got to be that I would have started Baltimore defense. You know what I mean? If I had Baltimore defense, I would have played them against Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Been like, oh, I'm going to win. I got everybody else blowing up, big points. Brandon Marshall, who made it close on Monday night. And then, Beckham. So it was like, man, you would have thought the last thing that would have actually cost you was Baltimore against Oakland Oakland offense, So.
Yeah. And if I was Jim watching Denver at Kansas City defense, I was like,
True.
oh, yeah, before the game, I was like,
True.
Denver doesn't travel well,
Well, and there was that late last touchdown, right? Because then he would have lost, right?
Yeah.
That
Wow.
defensive touchdown.
A defensive touchdown.
Kneeling the ball, yeah.
Oh, dang, Jim. Jim must hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You're so right, Tay. If it wasn't for that fumble recovery for a touchdown, Wang would have lost.
That would have been it, yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Well, them were the breaks, Jim. You would have beat out 13 other guys,
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the next one. We were making fun of these matchup. The lowest of the lows versus each other. Sin versus Andrew. Sin really came up. I mean, Sin would have beat up a lot of people at 103 points, right, Tay?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's rubbing it in since he scored 103 and beat Andrew by like almost 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
Sin could have sat like 3 players, I think, and still beat Andrew.
Yeah. Tannehill's coming up. I mean, they said he was going to be his breakout year. Decker, good performance, but I think he's out for a while now, right?
Yeah, it's a PCL. I mean, they still have him, I think, listed as questionable, so you just never know. But because didn't they say Hilton was going to be out for a couple games, and then T.Y. Hilton ended up playing last week, so that was just kind of weird. All these reports came out. And
You're right. No, I mean, all the way up until Sunday morning, they said T.Y. Hilton was supposed to be out. Because I had the other receiver,
Yeah, he was supposed to be out for a couple weeks, I heard. He sprained something in his knee, too, but then he ended up playing. So, I guess you never know. I mean,
you never know. Just keep an eye on it. But, man, look at Sin with the Crabtree flex, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. That of all things, I mean, of all people to flex, I mean, I guess he had to. Dez Bryant got hurt, so he has no chance.
Yeah. And check out San Francisco's defense. I knew last week was a fluke against Minnesota. Right there.
It was a big fluke.
Right there, San Francisco is who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. Right there, San Francisco is.
That was a total 43 points to Pittsburgh. I mean, that's looks like it's gonna get even worse for San Fran.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're decent at home, at Levi Stadium, maybe, But yeah, we'll have to see that, geez, with Andrew, I mean, how can we help out Andrew, dude? I mean,
probably just, I think the biggest thing probably for him is just stick with one quarterback. I mean, I think last week he had Newton, but then he saw Newton didn't do very well, so I'm pretty sure that's why he plugged in, Bradford.
Yep.
To me, I'm just like, and especially in this league, just pick a quarterback, stick with them, and
exactly.
And don't, because otherwise you get this quarterback that blows up on your bench, and you're like, why didn't I just start him? When he may just have to stick with one and don't change it,
That is solid advice, Andrew. You take that. Don't keep switching quarterbacks, dude.
It's gonna hurt him.
It's like the stock market. You just stick with it. You don't sell right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't sell right away at the sign of trouble.
Yeah, and I mean, it might not have been enough to to beat, you know,
No,
Finn, but at
no,
least it's, you know, at least it won't be to where he's getting, you know,
Yeah.
killed by 40 points every week. You
Yeah,
know, so.
exactly. And you know, I mean, you know, and he learns from this, Andrew. So you know, let's go to Arts and Crafty Romo, Chris versus Scott, P&P's Daddy-O. Scott's very proud of himself for having the highest score this week. So congrats there. Wow, look at Antonio Brown, dude. Emmanuel Sanders, Torrey Smith. Jeez.
Yeah.
Blowing up.
Yeah, he had a lot of good high scores this week. I mean, by far, I mean, like he took it by like 14 points as high score. So he had a good showing. I mean, ever since Thursday night. I mean, you saw him Thursday night blow up with Sanders, and you're like, wow, he's well on his way to scoring a lot of points this week.
Yep. Hey, and good thing Chris has 3 quarterbacks, you know, on his bench, right?
True, because that really hurt him.
Yeah, Romo's going to be out for a while. Hey, Chris, you might want to take Mariota out of your trading block.
Yeah, he might have to. And I kind of wonder now if he's going to hoard Romo. Is he just going to cut him, or I mean,
no,
what do you think? I mean,
would keep
you?
him. I would keep him. I think he's only out how long is he out for?
Well, he's on the IR now, so basically he can't come back until like week
10, week 11.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's pretty much half your season. To where do you even need him for the playoffs if you don't make the playoffs? You know what I mean?
True. That's a good point. So, Chris, you have a difficult decision, man. Keep him or cut him, you know?
Yeah.
The only way you keep him is if you make it to the playoffs. If you don't make it to the playoffs or can't make it to the playoffs, just grab one of your other 3 quarterbacks, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing, at least he does have Le'Veon coming back next week. I mean, that's a big plus for him. At least he has another running back he can plug in. So, and then the other thing is, too, that Atlanta running back got hurt. So
which one, Freeman or Coleman?
Coleman. So at least he has Freeman. He has his the other guy who's going to be starting now. So he's got 2 good, you know, at least starting running backs, and then he's going to have to decide on Romo. But my advice, I would cut him because, I mean, what's the whole point of keeping him till like week 11, 12?
Exactly.
And that's if he even comes back playing, you know, automatically. So.
Yeah. But just remember, Chris, if you cut him, I'm going to pick him up at week 9. Just to let you know, Chris, I'm going to pick him up at week 9 for my playoff run.
And you're going to play him over Luck?
Depends on the matchup.
That takes some balls right there. That takes some balls.
Depends on the matchup. Well, anyways, I got to give a shout out to Scott. Hey, Scott, you did well this week. You know, don't let it get to your head, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, it won't last, right?
There you go. You mentioned. Hey, Tay, let's go to your game. Kind of close by 10 against Kevin. You know, what do you think? You know, what do you have to say about this matchup here?
For some reason, I thought I was going to lose. I think probably because when I saw C.J. Anderson not do very well on Thursday night, I was thinking, I'm probably going to lose this week because, I mean, he had a lot of good players, but then seeing Lacey go down, Gore didn't do very well. Gore almost scored a touchdown, and he fumbled it at like the 1-yard line. And then Fleener was in the game too, but he didn't throw to Fleener at all last game. So, and especially since what's his name was even out of the game, the other tight end. So I was thinking, wow, I was like, at least he'd pick up some points with those 2 players on Monday night. But man, Indianapolis just sucked it up. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it came down to Monday night, and Fleener didn't do anything. You know, Eddie Lacy, who knows how long he's out for. Jeez. Yeah, Kevin, that's a low score, dude. He needs some running back help.
Well, you know what, he does now. I mean, it's you know, you just don't know how much, you know, with Gore. Ellington's out. Gore now, I mean, you just kind of wonder what they're going to do, especially seeing, I mean, I was thinking that Gore might get a lot of passes his way too, you know, out of the backfield, but apparently that other guy's getting a lot more than he is, the rookie guy is, so then you kind of wonder what they're going to do now because he fumbled at the 1-yard line, so.
Yeah.
You know, Lacey's out. Yeah, I don't know. Kevin does need running back help now, but like I said, 86 going into Monday night. Well, he had about 80-something. Going into Monday night, I was thinking that he had a good chance to win, but like I say, Indianapolis was just not very well.
Yeah.
Played very well on Monday night.
At home, jeez.
Yeah.
That sucks. All right, well, cool. Yeah, that was the matchup. So before we go to predictions, Tay, let's go ahead and take a look at the free agency here. The waiver wire, I should say. Let's look at the waiver wire. What do you think out there? I mean, anybody?
I mean, probably the biggest one is, which I don't think anybody has right now, which I'm going to have to probably say, if Lacey is out, I think Starks is probably going to be the biggest next pickup. Which surprisingly, I mean, you would have thought someone would have had Starks on their bench or something, right? Because we don't have very many running backs in this league.
Yep.
And obviously, Starks is he's the obvious backup there. So, surprisingly, I was thinking that he was going to be on someone's bench, but he's not. So he's probably the most obvious pickup this week.
Yep. There's some good tight ends out there still. So if anybody needs a tight end, pick them up. It's funny because I'm looking at the waiver wire here. Some are on waiver wire until a few hours, and some are free agent already. Do you know what's up with that?
Oh yeah. It's because it's past midnight, and those people on waiver wires right now are being claimed, and everybody else is a free agent you can pick up after midnight. So whoever's not on has that waiver wire thing right after their name. It means it's a free for all after midnight.
Oh, okay.
So that's why.
So all the FA are free agent, but everything with the waiver, the W, is somebody claimed them a few hours or a few days ago. Or
they claimed them. Yeah, they claimed them before midnight, and basically now Yahoo has to sort throughout which one put in their first claim. So we won't know whoever picked these players up until probably about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That makes more sense now. I was wondering why those players are W's.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So whoever claims Starks, good luck. I'm not claiming him. Great.
Me neither. I didn't either.
Great. Hey, Tay, let's go to predictions. Again, you and I both went 4-4 last week. Let's start off with me versus Jim. Who you got?
That's tough. I think I'm going to go with Jim because he took a bad beat last week.
Forget you. I'm going with myself, dude. Yahoo had Jim, projected to beat me by 10. So we'll see what that. So I'll pick me. Commissioner Kevin versus Autograph Ving. What do you got?
I'm going to say, it's going to be tough. Kevin needs to make some moves. I don't really know. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to pick Kevin.
Wow. No, I am going to go with Ving, dude. The Tom Brady combination. And he has Edelman, right? Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, so that's too tough right there. So I'll pick Ving on that one. Okay, Mad Cause Bad, that's Danny versus you.
Wow, Danny's in third place. I'm going to pick the upset. I think I might go all upset this week.
You're going to go with you, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to go with me. I'm
it is close. It is close. You know what? I'll pick you too. I will pick you too on that one.
I think I'm gonna make this week like last week of the NFL where all the crappy teams lost.
All right. Okay.
So I'll pick all the underdogs almost.
Okay. What about Jeff versus Terry? Terry's 0-2. Jeff is 1-1.
Yeah.
What do you
going
think?
With Terry.
You going with Terry?
Going with Terry. Yeah.
I'll go with Jeff. He had a strong showing last week. I'll go with Jeff. Wang versus Don.
Oh man, that's
2-0 versus 2-0, dude.
It is, but I'm gonna have to go with the underdog, which is Daddy Don, who's hasn't even scored as many points as Wang. So Daddy Don's gonna win this one.
Hong has a way of pulling this out, dude. I am gonna go with Hong. He just has a way. He has this knack. So I'm gonna go with Hong in this one. Okay, Sin versus my brother. What do you think? 1-1 Sin versus 0-2. My brother. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Saul because he's 0-2. It's crazy that Saul's 0-2 with that projected many points.
I know. Yeah, that Sin has a bunch of injuries. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll go with him too. I'll go with my brother on that one. Okay. Chris versus Andrew, the newcomer. Now, Chris has it projected to blow him out. Both are 0-2. One of these guys are going to get a win.
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. Pick Andrew.
Andrew, you're gonna pick Andrew, the newcomer. I gotta go with Chris. Chris is putting up good numbers. It's just he's been getting bad. I don't say bad beats, but Chris has been putting up some numbers. So I'm gonna say Chris on this one. Okay.
Right.
Scott versus Fong.
Again, I'm gonna pick Oakland, and I'm gonna pick Fong.
Wait! No! Fong is projected to win.
It don't matter. He's the underdog because these are the worst. These are the worst teams.
No, because he's sick. Because he's sick.
Yeah,
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe in projections. It's all about the records. I'm picking all basically the losing teams to win. Basically,
Fong's,
it's going to be evened out.
Yeah, no. Fong's been putting up good numbers too, but Scott had that strong performance last week. I'm going to ride Scott's coattails here and say he's going to pull out the victory.
All right, so Scotty and Wayne can't give you shit now because I think you've gave them credit both times for winning next week.
Yeah,
so.
but knowing them, I mean, they'll still call me a hater even though I give them credit. That's just in their nature, dude. You know what I mean? But awesome. Thank you, Tay, and thank you, everybody. Tune in for next week's podcast. Pick up your waiver wires, all your people that has injuries. And thanks for tuning in. This is Sam.
Thanks, Tay.
Thanks.